I'm Maria Elena Busek, and I'm an associate professor of art history in the Department of Visual Arts. My primary area of focus is modern and contemporary art, so the bulk of the classes that I teach relate to art since the 19th century. I think that the driving philosophy behind art history at CAM is that we're educating our students to understand the history of art making of consequence. And in a way, the notion that the artists who make history are artists of consequence, that they're artists who understand their era, who want to contribute to their era, and who make work very much with the notion of contribution or expressing something bigger about the big picture of their culture in mind. But they're also introduced to the idea of critiquing them, to begin to ask questions about not just how these artists and these artworks reflected and in some cases helped to transform the societies that they came from, but also from our perspective in the 21st century to critique those choices, where students begin to ask questions about why we value certain works over others. And in the process, they're really gaining the basics of how art historians evaluate art, ranging from formal analysis. I'm always telling my students, well, tell me how what you see is present in what you say about that work. So we're always asking students to make connections between what they're interpreting and what they are viewing. And so our students will leave with a sense of how to decode that information, as well as to kind of push it forward to perhaps go out to the world right now and see ways in which the images, the buildings, even the cities, urban planning around them is rarely by accident, that it's very oftentimes coded with really important messages about what society at that moment values. I think that art history at CU Denver is unique in large part because of where we're at, because of the city of Denver. I mean, it's been internationally acknowledged as an emerging city for modern and contemporary art. I mean, we're sitting in an environment that's been blessed with world-class contemporary architecture, contemporary sculpture, that the setting of Denver is a really wonderful one for students to come and study art history, because we really, as a city, run the gamut as far as what's available for viewing, from ancient Western art to Asian art to Spanish colonial art to contemporary art. So I think that the setting certainly sets us apart. To watch them grow from a comfort level simply describing what they see and suggesting ways that what they see might be important or relevant or reflect something bigger in history, to the end of their time with us, where they're graduating oftentimes with a publishable quality article of their own devising, of their own, coming from their own analyses, that it's demonstrating this enormous jump in their sophistication, in their skills of research, their powers of analysis, oftentimes even in their powers of imagination, is a tremendously exciting thing to watch.